Well, my Saturn has been giving me issues. When I go to start it, sometimes it just clicks and no start. We replaced the starter. It wasn't that. I've narrowed it down to if I wiggle the positive cable, it starts. Let's go make a junkyard run, pick up a cable. You already know where we're at. Well, at the junkyard, doing a junkyard run for some parts. This is a Saturn they have here. Looks like it's the SL1. But we're going to get some battery cables because mine have not been good. And all the S-series battery cables are the same. So let's make this swap. Always fun to take a look at the inside though. Man, look at that headliner. I need that headliner in my car. The seats are pretty good too. Alright, we'll take this positive cable off. I think this is my culprit. If we can, we'll grab this negative cable as well. Although I see some green on the negative cable, so maybe we'll look for a different car. But 9:30 seconds. Now that that's removed, there's a couple of those fasteners down here that we'll just pry off with our screwdriver. And just got that one-handed. That's pretty good. All right, now we have the, I see one more fastener and then we're attached to the starter. Under here, 1/2 inch, comes right off. You don't have to worry about the big one, the B+. There's the nut. We'll slide the cable out. There we go. It should be free. And there we have it. Our cable. Pretty easy. Well, I ended up swapping over to this 93 Saturn and grabbed the positive and the negative cable from this because this one had the protective boot on it. I don't know why the other one didn't. There's no way I'm getting another one on. And then I grabbed the negative cable as well. So same thing, just two. So let's go ahead and get back home. Alright, I'm disconnecting the battery, getting ready to replace the battery cables. And as I was doing it, I immediately found the issue. So take a look in here. Battery cable is disconnected. This is our red positive. The positive comes here, comes to what looks like a connection point, and then we see bare wire. This is loose. This has to be the issue. So for some reason this connection point or whatever this is messed up. I don't think this is a connection point, or at least it wasn't supposed to be from factory. Let's take this off and continue investigating. Here's the cable, fully removed. This side's good. What really concerns me is this section here. This really loose. That seems like that is my issue right there. And then this as well, being that there's a break right here. This is the one that goes to the fuse box. That could be a problem too. But this one, I mean, I could see broken wire in there. 100%. That's my issue right there. Look, I can just break this up with my hand. There we go. That pulled right out. 100%. My issue was a bad connection. Now the cable I ended up getting from the junkyard is in fact longer. So this one came off of the 93, the second car we saw. And this is a 97 Saturn, my Saturn. So there must be a difference here. However, a battery cable is just a battery cable. The terminals are the same on the end. Both sides do the same thing. We're good. The only thing I see different is this one only has 2 connections. This one, it's 2, but it gives you that third option in case you want to plug anything in. You know, this might have been a aftermarket replacement. I don't think the factory would have done that. But let's throw this in. It's longer, so we'll just route it in a clean way. Alright, everything's back together. See, this new cable had the little cover for the positive. Kind of like it. But so we have the fuse one running just here as it's supposed to. The cable's off to the side a little bit so that the fuse cable doesn't need to bend so crazily. Now before, the positive cable went straight through right between the master and the positive or the negative. But since this one's longer, the one I pulled it out of routed it behind all the brake lines closer to the brake booster and then down into the original clippings. So we went that route and that seemed to be a perfect way to deal with all that excess weight. XX length. Now the question, will it start? Fuel pump's running, we have power, that's a good sign. Cranking. And we are good. So that seemed to solve my issue. Just the positive cable. I did not replace the negative purely because we saw how this cable ended up looking. This was clearly the problem. The negative does not seem to be having any issues. Now, it was so cheap, we picked up this cable, so if need be, we can replace this, but I'd rather not mess with it if it's working. That's my theory. So that seemed to solve the issue. Luckily, it was an easy fix, quick junkyard run, and we're good to go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.